everybody, it's Dizzy, and today I am trying out spoolie rollers for the second time. I recently reviewed these are spoolies, and they are basically silicone rollers that are pretty much exactly like a type of roller that was available in the 1950s. So you wrap your hair around them, you fold them down, you leave them in for a couple hours, and you take them out. And I had some mixed experiences with these rollers, and I was saying how I feel like they might work better on longer hair, and they had a learning curve. And you guys had some really good advice in the comment section on the first video about kind of things I could do to make them work a little bit better. And then I decided to revisit them, and I watched Jen from Vintage Vanity do a video on these. And she has much longer hair than I do, and I think she has a lot more hair than I do, and she had some of the same concerns. I'll put a link to Jen's video down below. If you're not following a Vintage Vanity, you really should. She is super lovable, and she does amazing hair. Like, she never ceases to inspire me. So if you happen to see this, hi Jen! Anyway, so I did something a little different to set these this time, and hopefully it'll work better. So what I did was I tried to be really careful with my sectioning and section it more like I would if I was going to wrap pin curls. So I tried to use a few more rollers this time. I also, look, this one's falling out. That's great. I also did setting lotion in my hair and then let my hair air dry. And then the big difference was you're not really supposed to use these on wet hair, but they do say that you can dampen the ends to make it easier to roll it. And that's what I did. After my hair was dry, I took a section, and the section I was going to roll, I just spritzed the tiniest like drop of water right on the ends and used it to roll it up. And I feel like it did make it a little bit easier to get the rollers in there. So this is the back of the set. I'm going to start getting these out. I did have to use the tiny Velcro rollers I usually use at the bottom, just because that part of my hair is so short. So you just unwrap, and these have been in about 5 hours. So we should get curl. And I feel like that wasn't the problem last time. The problem is, and this was negated a little bit by getting the ends wet, it takes a long time to wrap these because they're kind of weird to work with. So that's my main issue with these. So I feel like they take a long time to actually wrap in my hair. And it's funny because I was saying I thought these would be easier on longer hair, and then Vintage Vanity was like, I think these would be easier on shorter hair. So I don't know if there's some magical length where these suddenly become easy to use. I don't know. But yeah. So I mean, look, we're getting a curl, as you can see. But I mean, I still feel like the ends go really funky with this because it's hard to control those ends because it's on, you know, well, the ends are damp, so they're a little bit better than they were last time at least. But my hair is completely dry now and crunchy from that setting lotion. All right, is that everybody? That's everybody. So I mean, my hair definitely curled as you can see, but let's look at kind of how it curls. So you see it only curls like the ends. It doesn't really do anything to the top, and that's because you can't actually roll it all the way to the base. But I'm going to take a little bit of the Giovanni 2 Chic Blackberry and Coconut Oil Repairing Super Potion Hair Oil Serum, and I'm just going to get like the tiniest bit on my hand and get that all over my hands and use that to smooth things out and break up my curl a little bit. And I might have to add more of that, but breaking up my curl with my hands, getting through all that crunchy setting lotion. All right, Denman styling brush. Okay, so I do feel like my second time around, this looks a little better. So that is good. I'm gonna take a little tiny bit more of that serum in my hands. So I got some flyaways here. Right now it has kind of a 30s sort of feeling. Most of that is because my hair is more in a bob shape right now. It's got some layers, but it's not as layered as usual, I guess. The front's pretty wackadoo. It's like, because of the way you have to roll these rollers, it's very difficult to like get them all going in the same direction. The bottom, like the flat part, is against your head, so it makes it a little tricky, I think. Still don't love what my ends do with these. I feel like there's easier rollers to control my ends. I'm gonna take a small boar bristle teasing brush and see if that gets things a bit smoother. I just, it's doing weird things on the sides. But some of that could be my haircut. I mean, it definitely curls your hair. And those curls are pretty durable. I mean, I've gone through and brushed them a lot, and they are still really in there. So that is nice. Honestly, this second time around, I feel a little bit better about the product. I still don't think it's gonna be like my go-to, just because I do feel like it's awkward to use. But maybe that's something that with time would get easier as well. I mean, obviously everything takes practice. I don't know. I don't know why it is that the curl I get from this doesn't click with me like my pen curl sets or my pillow rollers do, but it doesn't. I don't think this looks bad. It's just, it's not exactly what I'm used to getting. And maybe it's because of those ends. I feel like my ends are not as smooth, and it's because of the silicone rollers. But anyway, that is the method that I use with the damp. I don't know what the back looks like. Let me look at that. Oh, well, the back looks fine, mostly. So I think that if you use setting lotion with them and you dampen just the ends of your hair, it is easier to use, and I think that they are worth a try, especially if your hair was closer to around like this length. I think they would be really good. I think longer than that, difficult, and the length they are right now for me, not great, a little bit challenging. So I will revisit them maybe someday when my hair is a little bit longer. But anyway, that is 2 tries with the spoolies rollers. And this was a better indication, I think, of how they can look. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.